Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he has autism, and he helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings with a hand-over-hand method, working on his fine motor skills, and then I paint the rest. And I think I'm on a broken record because I'm about to say I thought about painting a rooster tonight, and then here I am doing flowers. I kind of got in this like fall mode as soon as I saw this yellowy kind of golden background that I made with Owen. So I don't know what made me decide, but here I am. And so these are kind of fall-ish looking colors, I suppose. So we're gonna do some flowers. Some flowers. And I'm gonna try to do a little bit different. I get stuck doing the same kind of style of flower, the way it looks, which no problem, but I just want to kind of branch out a little bit, do them just a little bit different. So we'll see how that goes. Because honestly, most of my flowers look about the same, unless I'm really like concentrating on a particular style and I've researched it and done, you know, all of that, then I might get it more correct-ish. I laugh at myself because, you know, I think words are interesting and how the language kind of, it keeps evolving like everything, you know, but it interests me how words kind of do. And so I find it interesting. That's, I'm getting stuck on that part. I would say I'm probably, if you've watched before, you know what I'm gonna say. I'm tired. Owen, Friday nights are extremely hard on him because he wants to go to see his grandma on Saturdays. And so he woke up, it was about 3 o'clock, and I'm just tired. It was just tiring. I think I've put too many little spiky doodles on there, but we'll see how that goes as we go along here. So, he woke up and he wanted to go to Grandma's, and then he wanted to check to see when he was going to Grandma's, when I told him that it was in the middle of the night and he couldn't go see her quite at that time, and then he needed to go back to sleep, but that doesn't ever interest him. And so we kept talking off and on all night long. He did not even think about going back to sleep, not even in the slightest. So, that was that. And now here I am. He fell asleep very quickly. And I write about our journey with autism every day. And so, I write throughout the day, like I'll take different things that he said or done, and I'll make myself a note of something so that I can kind of go back and think about it and reflect through in our day. And so I had written that, and I was getting ready to come paint, and I fell asleep. So not only did he fall asleep easily, but I did too. So I probably slept, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. It may have been longer. I don't even know. And then I woke up, and here I am painting. So some nights I don't paint until like midnight, like, well, close to it, because I paint every day. And then some days I get ready or get done with what I'm doing earlier, so I paint. But I've been painting every day. I think it's close to 5 years. I cannot, for whatever reason, ever remember like what. I think we started. I want to say in 2019, but I feel like it was before then, so I'm not sure. And it's been a while. It's been a while. When I paint, you'll see that I generally paint with way too much paint on my paintbrush, but that's how I do it. I like the look of all the paint, because you pick up the paint from like the previous flowers, and it just keeps kind of feeding the colors as we go along. And so I like the look. Like this has some of the reds and oranges in it and everything. So I just find it fascinating how colors kind of mix together and get to that point. I'm trying to decide what color I'm going to use next year. So, so that's, I get excited about, I've talked about this before. I get very excited about watching paint dry. Even though I've been painting for years, I truly am still in my mind very much in this learning process. Like I'm I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out what's my style, what's my way of painting, how do you actually paint, what paintbrushes, how, maybe I shouldn't, even though I like the globby, maybe there's a better way that would make more sense to combine, but that's not how I work, so I just kind of, I do it the way I do it. And I encourage you, if you've painted before, just paint more, paint, all the things, and try something you haven't painted, or look at something in a different light and see how you like it or don't like it, and keep adapting and keep changing. Because I honestly started painting for my son, but I can 100% tell you that painting, it's changed my world. I mean, it means more to me than I know it will ever mean to Owen. Even though he likes painting with me, he still, it's completely different. And when I look at this, I see it is perfectly imperfect because we did it together, and it's those moments that I get to spend with him to see what we can do and how it all works together. So this is my heart craft. I always say that crochet is one of my heart crafts because my grandmother taught me how to crochet. But this is definitely one of my heart crafts because it's with my son. It's with my baby boy, you know, and that's what matters. That's what is, you know, that's what's important. So it makes me happy to do this with him. So he had a good day once we got past the sleep thing. And he enjoyed his time with his grandma. And we had a few little outbursts here, but he's actually been really working on calming techniques and finding ways to find, you know, to me it was always important for him to understand that we all have emotions, we all have those moments in time, but we need to find a way to reflect on it and see why we're, you know, going through those emotions or what's really truly upset us. And he doesn't always make the connection as to, you know, that something is broken or something, you know, is going to take longer because of XYZ. But that's the part that I want him to understand, is that we have to breathe through those moments. We have to wait in it, even though we may not want to deal with it or we don't necessarily like it. We still have to learn to figure it out, deal with it, and move forward. And so as hard as it is, we have to wait through those moments. So today, every day, we go through that. We talk about it. We, you know, practice breathing techniques. We think about breathing styles and how we can, you know, just take back those moments and reflect on it and become calmer. I always have him count to like 10, backwards or forwards, it just depends. And that really, you know, kind of helps him through what he's dealing with. And it helps me too, because, you know, I don't always know how to handle a situation, or I don't always know how to, you know, if something's going wrong or different, I'm not sure even. And so I have to kind of take my own advice and say, okay, we've got to deal with this, or we have to think about something else. And we're getting there. I mean, nothing is, you know, just a simple answer or just one moment in time. This one felt kind of flat or same or something, I'm not sure. So we're adding some color or something. We're doing something. But Owen's learning, I'm learning. I always say autism is as much about how I handle it as it is about Owen having it. And to me, you know, I have to teach him those techniques, those breathing moments, and the way that we do things and look at things. And so that's why I say it's how I handle it too. Getting there. I feel like I need something right in here. Sometimes I go a little overboard. I laugh because I want more and more, and like I've made this side almost too high, so now I have to figure out how to get something over that way. This is how it happens, folks. This is how it happens, because I think I'm like close to done or something, and then I keep going on, you know, something that I've put, and then it's uneven, or it's not color but it's just paint, so we keep putting paint till we get. I told you I don't think I liked all of these little spiky doodles, so we're gonna cover some of the spiky doodles with, that makes me happy, that makes me happier. And this was kind of the wrong thought, but it'll work. It'll work. I think this actually needs to be like even bigger. I think that's what we need. And those little spikies that I took away there, I'm not gonna make spikes, I'm just gonna make kind of, well, I guess technically they're spikes, but making ruffly edge. See, now it's just all over the map. It's just all over the map, because guess what I'm gonna do now? I need a blue. See, it's just gonna keep getting, we're just gonna build it all the way off the canvas here. That's what we're gonna do. It happens, folks. It happens. I get slap happy. I think I am slap happy. Not gonna get slap happy. I'm there. I am there. So now this needs, I gotta get that a little thinner. It needs a little, oh, there's more spikes. I didn't really mean that to happen. So let's reevaluate the situation here. And then I have the red over here, which was not necessarily what I had in mind. We're all up in tangles here. But that might be what we just do, because this mama is tired. And it's going to be really hot in my area again this weekend, or this coming week. I was hoping that it was going to be cooler again, but it's going to be in the 90s. So here we go. I'm just filling in because I think I just want all the flowers. This is a bunch of all the flowers. All of them. All of them. All of them. All of the flowers. I feel like I need some, see, this is what happens, folks. This is what happens. We think we're done, and we're not. And we're not. Okay, I'm gonna put that down. So I always sign it O for Owen. Oh, you know what? And then L and B. So on my colors over here, I put some of this little peach, and it's this is a neon, and when the neons dry, they dry a little bit more vibrant, and so I'm just gonna go in here and I put it on there so that I could have some highlights on here. I'm just gonna go in and just put a few random kind of these, and it's going to dry in a little bit different, but it's going to almost be like a tiny little flashlight of color in these little sections that I'm dealing with it. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't want too many because then it'll kind of distract from the conglomerate. What's the right word? See, this is one of the, like, this has the peach in it, so it might be hard to see on the camera, but you can kind of see how it sticks out a little bit when you look at that. So I think I'm going to stop. This is when my painting is done. I take this and I spread all this out, and I'll spread it out better. But I let those dry, and it takes a couple days to dry. And then I make jewelry and magnets and different things. If I can pick them up. I've got many different ones, but this is, it's a ring, and the different colors and such. Like, these will be necklaces or keychains, and you see all the paint on me, but that flips. So those are all jewelry and different things. So that's what I do with the paint. It's funny, I see like this little section right here. It feels like I need more right there. But guess what? I'm not gonna do it. Let's see if it wins out. Nope, I'm gonna do it. See? Stay tuned to the very end when you're watching one of my paintings, because you never know what's gonna happen. You just never know what's gonna happen. You just never can tell, okay? You just never know. I just wanted to fill this up a little bit more. You gotta watch till the end on some of things. And did that, I can't even talk. Did that not make the biggest difference in this painting? I can tell you, you gotta have fun in life and just be your own humor sometimes, especially when you're exhausted. So, there we go. Now I'm gonna put it down, folks. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of our tiring day. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Toodles!